Let's read the first part of the poem, The Toys. My little son, who looked from thoughtful eyes, and moved and spoke in quiet grown-up voice, having my law the seventh time disobeyed, I struck him and dismissed with hard words and unkissed his mother, who was patient, being dead. In the first part of the poem, it is quite clear that the son disobeyed father's instruction seventh time, therefore the father punished him. In Christianity, disobedience is the first commandment. And if that commandment is broken, then God punishes him. Here also, the poet punished his son because the son had disobeyed him seventh time. Then there is another point the poet mentions here, that the son has lost his mother. So there is an absence of natural guardian. And therefore, when the father punishes him, the son doesn't understand as to why he is punished. Because it was the disobedience he did out of his ignorance, out of his childishness. And the father, who did not understand, who did not consider the childishness of the child, and he punished him. And he used the harsh words, dismissed him, unkissed. So that was a great punishment. That was a disturbing punishment the boy was subjected to. We come to the second part of the poem. Then fearing lest his grief should hinder sleep, I visited his bed, but found him slumbering deep, with darkened eyelids, and their lashes ate weight from his late sobbing weight. So in the second part, the poet who punished him, who used harsh words, but later on he felt sympathy for the son. The father became merciful. He visited the child in the bedroom, and he saw the child was slumbering deep. He was fast asleep. And the father saw that there were tears on the eyelids of the son. And the son had wept, and in the course of weeping, he slept fast. So that scene definitely moved the poet. And then what he does, that we shall see in the third part of the poem. Third part of the poem reads, and I, with moan, kissing away his tears, left others of my own, for on a table drawn beside his head, he had put within his reach a box of counters and a red veined stone, a piece of glass abraded by the beach, and 6 or 7 shells, a bottle with blue bells, and 2 French copper coins arranged there with careful art to comfort his sad heart. In the third part, the poet describes the son who was in great distress, who was weeping profusely, provided solace to his heart by the way of getting himself engaged in playing with the toys. And the toys he used were the red veined stone, a stone having red lines. Then there was a box of counters, coins. Then there was a piece of glass abraded by the beach. So it was a piece of glass. There were 6 or 7 shells, a bottle with blue bells, and 2 French copper coins. And they were all arranged with careful art. It is said that the child has got the artistic pleasure while playing with his toys. So the child doesn't require any joy from outside, but he has got a sense of creativity. And with that creativity, he provided solace to himself by arranging solace to himself by getting himself engaged in playing with the toys. In the last part of the poem, we shall read that part. So, when that night I prayed to God, I wept and said, "Ah, when at last we lie with tranced breath, not vexing thee in death, and thou rememberest of what toys we made our joys, how weakly understood thy great commanded good, then fatherly, not less than I, whom thou hast moulded from the clay, thou wilt leave thy wrath and say, I will be sorry for their childishness." So the last part of the poem has got metaphoric reference, and it is the reference to the relationship of God to man. God punishes a person because of the breaking 10 commandments which were given to mankind by God for man's good life. But many times, out of worldly joys, man forgets those 10 commandments. He breaks them, and that angers God, and as a result, God gives him punishment of death. But when a person is seen lying dead, giving no disturbance to God or to anybody, God takes pity on him, and then God feels regret for the punishment he had given to man. And at last, God says that I am sorry for the people, sorry for the dead man, because whatever he did, it was all out of his childishness. So this is how, in the 4 parts of the poem, the relationship of God with man is exemplified through the experience of the poet with his son. The son had disobeyed him 7th time, and the poet punished him, and at last the poet feels sorry because the child is lying asleep, and whatever he did, it was done not consciously, not knowingly, but it was done out of childishness.